In 2023, tourism played a significant role, contributing 9.1% to global GDP, as reported by the World Travel and Tourism Council. This sector also created 27 million new jobs worldwide. Presently, in Lagos, beach tourism has become ingrained in the state's identity, with numerous resorts adorning the coastline. However, with the federal government now asserting its right-of-way for the construction of the Lagos to Calabar coastal highway, many of these beachfront establishments have either been demolished or are slated for demolition. It's crucial to highlight that by law, the federal government has ownership and control over the land extending 250 meters from the coastline. Initially not on the demolition schedule, the Good Beach, a renowned beach establishment, received unexpected news during the second stakeholders meeting hosted by the Federal Ministry of Works at the beginning of May.
We did know before we established the business here that there was a coastal road alignment going to pass through, but what we had initially envisioned was that it would just go through our car park and maybe affect the beach house, which is Mera Mera. So we already had that in vision, in retrospect, right? But now we have two roads, one through the car park and the other one is cutting across directly through the pool area, which is literally the heart of our business at the Good Beach. Good Beach is barely 2 years in business. We literally turned 2 years last month. So we didn't know it would be this soon. Looking at this investment, it cost about 6 billion naira plus, to put this together. And all of that is going down. Directly, we have about 260 staff, and we have 280 indirect staff. And of these 260 staff, we have about 70% of them who depend on us for their basic needs, so accommodation, feeding, healthcare, and literally all of that. All of these guys are going to be rendered jobless, so to speak.
Just 2 days following this interview, right-of-way markings were conspicuously placed across this establishment.
My name is Christabel. I'm a staff of Good Beach, a waiter to be precise. We've been hearing about Coastal Road and how it's going to affect us. At first, we thought it was just a defense part of the Good Beach. We didn't know that it's going to be everywhere. See, this morning, we saw security men with armed forces. They were here, marking everywhere. I'm going to lose my job, obviously.
I feel so sad, and I'm not happy, because this is going to affect me, and not only me, my other colleagues as well. Because mostly this year we feed, this year we aim to take care of the family and all. There's nothing much than to find another work, but it's not going to be easy to get another job compared to this.
Several buildings within this ecosystem, although not directly within the right-of-way, have been marked with government acquisition markings, ACQ. Arise understands that these properties are also slated for demolition, with the land to be acquired by the government in overriding public interest. This decision stems from concerns that the presence of these structures may impede the construction of the road. Business owners who received these markings declined to comment at this time. Situated next to the Good Beach is the largest container park in Africa, which is anticipated to become the largest in the world, Box Mall, Nigeria. Also known as Soul Beach, this beachfront haven will also be affected by the new coastal alignment. We reached out to the management team, but they declined to comment at this time. The business has already started deconstructing its container structures, signaling that demolition is imminent. One establishment that has received a lot of attention over the past few weeks is Landmark Beach, home to over 50 businesses that were situated within the right-of-way for the coastal highway. As a huge ecosystem with diverse infrastructure, ranging from apartments to offices to beachfront sites, Landmark now faces huge losses.
Okay, so many people analyze demolition just as a takedown of structure. is more than just that. You have businesses that have contractual obligations, you have advertising deals, you have sponsorship deals, you have long-term contracts. You have people that have invested into the landmark Waterview Apartments for the view, which has been lost because of the demolition. So currently we are faced with a lot of financial losses from existing tenants that have bought spaces, from contracts we have, advertising, sponsorship contracts, staff liabilities, people that have paid to stay at the resort or other parts of landmark. So in terms of losses, we've lost billions of naira currently because of demolition works that have happened. Infrastructure-wise, to create what we created here requires a lot of infrastructure, both on the ground and on top. So we've over time invested in doing much of that. And this excludes even the investment made by the different businesses here in Landmark. So it's a huge financial loss to us. We are confident that we can recover. We're not against the coastal road. We are supportive of it. So for us going forward, it's really a case of how do we work with the government? How do we get adequately compensated for all the demolition works that happened, and how does government also play a more supportive role to us to be able to consider the different businesses affected, the staff affected, and just let us stabilize over time.
Ironically, Landmark is highlighted by the Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture in a promotional video encouraging people to visit Lagos. While the completion of a coastal highway is anticipated to bring economic benefits to the country, there are significant repercussions, including unemployment, adverse impacts on tourism, and substantial losses. The government acknowledges these challenges, but asserts that the construction of this road serves the overriding public interest. Laila Johnson-Salami, Arise News, Lagos.